Hey guys, this video is 10 things to do when you are downsizing your home. Hey, I'm Carlos Colon. I'm the owner and CEO of Georgia Perimeter Homes. And what I really want you guys to understand when we go into this subject is you've got to understand the data. So a lot of the data that we get is always a couple years old because it takes time to process this, but I'll give you an example. In 2017, out of all the baby boomers that sold homes in 2017 nationally in the United States, 46% of those were downsizing. If you're not thinking about this on the front side as a real estate agent, you should be. This means that we need to have open conversations about downsizing, understand what we should be doing when it comes to downsizing, and also pre-plan. So plan in advance on how to downsize properly. And so no matter what the reason, whether it be the kids moved out and the house is too big, I've got to relocate and go ahead and make the house smaller anyway, I want to reduce my monthly payment, whatever the reason, the way to downsize is probably one of the hardest things to do because you never really understand how much crap accumulates over the years that you probably never even knew you had or remembered you had. These are going to be 10 tips and advice to help you downsize. Let's jump right in. Number one, take pictures of the inside and the outside of your home. That's before you downsize. The reason why this is important is because you're going to use the pictures to do two things. Number one is look back and see how much progress you've made. But number two, also notice the things in the pictures that your eyes are automatically attracted to. This will really help you in deciding what you're going to take with you for the next thing. If you didn't notice it, you probably don't want it anyway. Okay, and then you've got to decide what to do with it. Number two, keep things that you either want, need, like, or just even simply like to look at. Everything else, view it as a non-essential, especially if you haven't opened it in the last year. The rule that I operate typically is if I haven't used it in the last year, I probably don't actually need it. And then at that point, it boils down to a question about, okay, do I donate it to family or, do I donate it to charity? What do I do at that point? Do I throw it in the trash? Number three, don't over save for the next generation. Okay, what that really means when I say this is these cooking books that you've had for 15 years might mean something to you, okay? But in thinking that your family is going to appreciate, your kids, your grandkids, it's not the same thing. A lot of times the things that we appreciate, they don't appreciate the same way. So we might think that we're saving a lot and doing our family a favor, but a lot of times we just had an emotional attachment to something that we just didn't have the heart to get rid of at that time, so we found an excuse to hold on to it. So use that discernment in deciding whether, hey, is the family actually going to use this, or am I just saving it just because I don't want to get rid of it? Number four, when you do give belongings to a friend or a family member, give without expectations. So the simplest way to simplify this is going to be no strings attached. So if you gave them your favorite cooking pot and you visited them the next time at your house, don't go looking for your damn cooking pot. Whatever they decide to do with it is completely up to them. You shouldn't have an expectation that they're going to love it as much as you did, because that's unrealistic. They either are going to keep it or they're not. And so if you give it to somebody, let them decide what they want to do with it. Which leads us to the next number 5. If I give something, make sure that the person receiving it is going to appreciate what I'm giving to them. The reason I say this is because a lot of times I've found that our clients or our members at Georgia Perimeter Homes, when they're moving, might have given something to a family member or a friend that they actually didn't want, or the friend didn't want, and it just ended up going in the trash. If they're not going to use it and they're not going to appreciate it like you did, you might as well go ahead and donate it to charity, because then at least it has a chance at being appreciated by somebody. Don't throw it in the trash. Please, please, please. There's always somebody that will appreciate it and give give it that opportunity to happen. Number 6, this is probably the worst time to go buying more things. I don't care where you're moving, you're downsizing for a reason. Don't go shopping. Focus on fixing the current problem first, and once that's solved and we've moved into the new home, then at that point, let's decide if we need more things. Otherwise, we're just trying to refill the clutter, or the previous clutter, with more clutter. 7, I found this one a lot. If you have a collection or collections, only take the few that are your favorites from that collection and then donate the rest or gift the rest. A perfect example is I had a very sweet family that had collected like 300 Santa Mr. and Mrs. Santa Claus pair dolls, and which is great, it's lovely, but in number 1, selling the home, and number 2, also downsizing, it's going to be a big problem. So we ended up having to post these things for sale. They kept the 2, 3, or 4 that they really loved, and the rest we ended up having to sell. So when you've got a collection, just think about how that's going to happen. This has also happened in the hunting hobbies, where you've got a lot of decoration, so to say, and you don't know what to take with you. Well, you've got to decide that's got to go somewhere, okay? And so if it's not going to go in your new home, you might as well just go ahead and donate it. Number 8, don't pack anything that you're not actually going to move into your new home. So what I mean by that is, let's say you've got a big china cabinet or something, and you're trying to take out the silverware and all that stuff, and you're trying to pack it up, but you're going to donate everything from the china cabinet anyway, and the china cabinet. Don't pack it, because chances are you're probably going to take that box and take it with you accidentally to the next home, and then you're not going to have anywhere to unpack it, and you're going to realize that you just took stuff with you for no reason. If you're going to donate it or gift it, just leave it unpacked. Everything you're going to bring with you for the new home, pack that. The rest of it, it'll make it easy because you probably already moved your belongings somewhere that you are going to take, and we can have either charities or family come through at one time to decide what they want and don't want. Number 9, if it's not sentimental, go ahead and purge your photos and paperwork. What I mean by that is, I can't tell you how many times our members and clients have taken photos, and they're looking through these photo books and photo albums, and they don't even know who the people are in the picture. Then why do you have it? And a lot of times we can really scan this stuff in and put it on a simple USB drive, so you don't have to take it with you. So go ahead and purge all of these things. Paperwork from old bank statements. We don't need any of that stuff. Most of it's electronic anyway. We can pull it up if we need to. Go ahead and purge all this stuff. Get rid of what you don't want. A lot of the old sentimental things, like when the kids were growing up, I found that a lot of our downsizing clients have taken those things and made it the option for the children or the grandkids to go ahead and take those things with them if it's meaningful to them. Otherwise, it's going to get tossed. So if that helps, go through it, and I promise a lot of the things aren't as sentimental as they seem. Last but not least, number 10, start now. If you even remotely think you're going to move in the next year or two, don't wait. Start now. The reason I say that is because this process takes time, okay? It's not easy, especially when you lived in a home for 10, 15, 20, sometimes 30 years. This process takes a lot of time because there's all kinds of things from the family that have just kind of been collecting, whether in the attic, in the closets. Pull it all out, do one room or one closet at a time, and go ahead and have this knocked out before we ever decide to put the home on the market or start looking for the next home. This makes life so much easier in buying the next house and making that transition smooth. Thank you guys for watching. Again, I'm Carlos with Georgia Perimeter Homes. If you have questions about this video or any other information real estate related, please reach out to us. We'd be happy to help. Our number is 770-314-1285, or check out our website at www.georgiaperimeterhomes.com. Thanks. Bye.